Hey everyone, and welcome back to some Pokemon Go leaks. Yes, I'm back. It's been a little while, but I am officially back. I've done my exams and we're back for some more Pokemon Go leaks. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot to get through because I've missed a bunch, but I do want to let you guys know that I'm going to be making some other videos related to the Gigantamax releases coming out soon with the 3 Galarian starters, so look out for that. So it's not just going to be a bunch of leak videos because it'll be a bit repetitive if I keep doing that. So let's just cover all of them today. In this video we've got Gigantamax leaks, we've got some Eternatus leaks, we've got some remote trading leaks. It could be Wonder Trade. We're going to have a look about that in a little bit. And also you've got some avatar stuff here. We've got a bunch of stuff coming in the future, as well as some special backgrounds and some more information about how hyper training is going to work. So let's just go all through it now. And make sure to like, subscribe, join the Discord link in the description or the comments. And currently we have, obviously, some pretty cool masks, some poses, and some t-shirts. Personally, I think the masks are really, really cool. Then we've got the backgrounds for GoFest. These look super, super cool. Now, if you're wondering what the fourth one is, it's actually probably going to be the Reggie background, which is going to be exclusively for Regidrago and Regieleki, which should release with their new signature moves, which is Electro, I believe, like Electro Cage and Dragon Energy. We'll have a look at that in a minute, but those have been leaked and added to the files. And obviously we've got the Adventure Effect cards for Behemoth Bash and Behemoth Blade. We've already been going through the Adventure Effects, and they've already officially announced them. We do have some more details on Hyper Training, which is fun. It must be completed within a year, so don't slack on it. There are dialogues with team leads and the professor, so it's like a big quest line to train them. That's pretty cool. You can work on one task per stat at a time. You receive when trying to transfer a Pokemon that is undergone the training. You get a warning before exceeding Battle League limits, and also several hyper training quests have been added. Let's have a look. So if you see in the text where it's like, this training method requires grit, passion, and a strong bond. It's like a real proper method of going through and training a Pokemon, which I like. I really, really like that. Also, configurations have been added for Silver Bottle Cap and Gold Bottle Cap, and they don't take spice in the bag. Pretty interesting. It won't be necessary for the Pokemon to undergo Best Buddy, to undergo training. Pretty interesting. We've got some text updates, obviously for the upcoming events, and descriptions for the Adventure Effects, so that was to be expected anyways. We've obviously got Gmax Machamp. The model looks amazing, and yes, it will be the #1 fighting type attacker. Unfortunately, I'm a bit too late on making a video on the counters and how to prepare for it, because by the time this video comes out, it's literally 48 hours before the actual event, so it would have been a bit too late, so I apologize for that, but Pokedaxi already made a great video about it. Avatar item filters have been added. We're probably going to branch off and make some more avatar-related things, because I think they're going to overhaul that. And we also have a brand new data mine, but obviously because we had the new version of the game release, and a new string in the Pokemon settings known for marked remote tradable and in escrow. I don't know what the second one means, but I know what marked remote tradable means, which will be interesting. We do have Thunder Cage and Clanging Scales added to the APK. Now, obviously, that's Regieleki's move and Komo-O's move, and obviously that means we're going to be having that Jangamoo Community Day. We all expected it to happen, we all knew it was going to happen, because obviously every year you have that rare Dragon Com Day. Wonder Trading coming. New settings have been added to propose Pokemon for trade and fetch a list of tradable Pokemon from other players. It's unclear how it will work, but it seems like some Pokemon may not be eligible for this type of trade. Seems pretty fun. That seems pretty fun. Obviously, a lot of people are excited for that. There's a new max battle level for Bread Special Battle Level 1. Obviously, the GIF kind of spoils it. We already know. That's what we know is Eternatus. By the way, if you're wondering why it's bread, bread is just the key word for Dynamax and Gigantamax. Bit strange, but I guess that's the word that they chose. There's new avatar shop filters. There's a new feature called Quick Invites for raids and battles. They're working on a weekly challenge feature for party play. And obviously we have the music for GoFest. I'm not going to wait, I might get copyrighted or something. I don't know. And then up here, we've got the preview for the Volcanion encounter. I'm personally I've literally only ever paused it at 1 second because I don't want to spoil it. I want to wait till I get to Paris so I can do it. Updates on hyper training. Shadow Pokemon, still not allowed, and you don't need to have them as your buddy to do it, which is interesting, because originally you need to have them as your buddy, and Shadow Pokemon are still not allowed, which I think is fair, because, for example, you could train your Shadow Pokemon, then purify it, and then just, like, you'd increase IVs by, like, an absolute bunch. Gmax Inteleon sprite has been added to the game, and, like, it's such a weird sprite. When I was making I've already made the thumbnail for the guide for the Inteleon video, and it was so weird because it's just like he's so big, he's so tall, because he's like sitting at the top sniping, and the shiny looks really cool. But yeah, very, very strange. By the looks of things, and on the article released by Pokemon Go relating to these Gigantamax releases, it looks like we're not going to get the shiny release of these things when they come out, which is a bit unfortunate, but we'll see what happens, because they will be very useful. They will be very useful. We do have some text updates. We have a branching research focusing on Galar's legendary birds for GoFest. We have a research focusing on the Reggies, GoFest event pass. We've got the masks for Zacian Zamazenta and the gold bottle cap. But yeah, legendary birds. Legendary birds. Honestly, I think it is about time. They have been out for a while. And obviously we're going to get Dragon Energy. We know that's going to happen. We're going to have Regidrago, Regieleki with the signature moves, blah, blah, blah. We already know that's going to happen. New icons for adventure effects in the hyper training. Pretty cool looking. There's a background that received a couple of updates to it. Now, as for what it is, I don't know what it's going to be. It's either going to be this is the menu, or if the Pokemon has been hyper trained, they'll have this background, so people can't lie and say, hey guys, look at my totally legit Shundo Mewtwo, and then it has the background so people know they trained it. There's some minor changes. There's some form changes related to battles, which is probably going to be Aegislash. We talked about that a while ago when we were talking about Legends EA leaks, and also got the textures for the adventure effects on the map. We've got a bonus daily remote raid limit and battle limit increased to 30. Now, before you get too excited, I believe that might be the future for events. So currently we increase it to 20, but now the limit is now 10, so now probably increase it to 30, so it's still 20 extra, if that makes sense. And obviously we're going to get a Go Pass for July and August. We already kind of expected that to happen. I didn't buy this most recent one, because honestly, I haven't been playing the game too much. I've been very, very busy with exams, but I'm now mostly free from them, so I will buy the next pass. The limit for remote raids has been increased to 10, and all Shadow Raids can be accessed remotely. Honestly, if you want my quick thoughts on this, I think this is great. I think this is really great. Do I think they should remove the limit completely? No, I think there still should be a limit to some extent, maybe like 20 or 30, because I'll be honest, being able to infinitely remote, I don't know, some legendary just kind of feels like cheating if you really want to burn your money. I guess you can do that, but I'll be honest, I think the game is healthier with a limit, because otherwise, I don't know, in-person events kind of die. But people want to really, I would rather them have a limit and then reduce the price than have no limit and a lower price, because that way in-person events might just really suffer for it. And it's kind of the best part of Pokemon Go, really, the in-person events with the community. Random thing, Toadskull candy were added to the game. Guess we'll get Toadskull soon. RSVP system, we've already talked about this before. That's already been implemented into the game, but if you want to see what the settings look like, there you go. Oh yes, okay, so obviously we know Zacian and Zamazenta can take part in Dynamax raids, and this is what it costs to unlock them, and it is pretty expensive. 130 candies, 55 XLs, especially on legendaries. That is steep. You do get alerts for swapping Pokemon and hyper training, and there is alert for reaching remote raid limit, max battle limit, and obviously remote max battles have been added. I think this is this is just a great feature, really. I think it was needed. If it was added at day one, it would have been so much better, and people would appreciate it more, but you know what? It's here now, so let's see how it happens. One thing I really don't like about it though, and I'm a bit worried, is that if you use your remote raid pass on a max battle and you lose, you keep your particles like any max battle, but you lose your remote raid pass. I don't really like that. I think that's a bit silly. I think it's a bit inconsistent as well. Why do you keep your particles and not your pass? I don't know. We'll see what happens. You've got some hairstyles, Ashes Amazenta. It's pretty rare to get a hairstyle. Now I'm thinking about it. You don't really get hairstyles often added to the game, but there you go then. You can also join remote raids through the friends list. Really good feature. These Pokemon got added for Dynamax, Corviknight, Latios, Wilma, Wailord. So we'll probably get Corviknight, well, very, very soon, because obviously Rookidee's debuting at the end of the month, I believe. Latios and Latios most likely debuting... I think they'll be the next Dynamax Battle Day, because obviously we've got the Gigantamax starters coming soon, so they'll probably start after that. And Wailma, Wailord, they'll probably just come in next month. Will they be useful? I can see Wailord being probably like the best water-type tank in the game, but then Blissey still exists and is still an absolute menace. So we'll have to see. Do I think adding Blissey and Chansey so soon was a bad idea? Well, if they wanted to make money for advertising these Pokemon as tanks, I guess so, because they're never going to have a better tank than these guys. Urshifu, Kubfu, the whole bunch, those can obviously be traded now, which was kind of a nice surprise. It would have been nice to be able to trade it at first, but I guess they wanted to, like, stop people from getting a whole bunch of them and powering it up. I don't know. There will be some new features added soon with, honestly, this is super cool. You can hold to tap now. Just by pressing the screen, you can continuously trigger the tapping instead of tapping your phone like an absolute maniac in public and looking like you're an absolute lunatic. Just like doing this in public when you're not, like, I don't know, with your team or with your group of Pokemon Go, it looks really weird. But also there's another show move effectiveness, which also shows if you're super effective or not very effective against the opponent's Pokemon. Pretty handy. We have some new tickets added to the Game Master. These have been revealed to be the little lead-up events to Go Fest that kind of go every year. We have an event that coincides with an in-person Go Fest, and obviously each weekend we'll have the Dynamax, well no, the Gigantamax Pokemon release. They won't have like their own Gigantamax battle day, so to speak. They'll just kind of spawn kind of like how the Dynamax dogs and the Dynamax birds have been added to the game. They've updated the rewards for levels 10, 20, 30. Now, you might notice this has a way more likes than a normal thing, and it may seem insignificant. This could potentially be the lead up to level 60. I'm personally probably never going to get past level 45 because I really don't like battling grunts and purifying Pokemon, but I might have to rip the bandage off soon. RSVP menu has been updated and has its own tab, so there you go. Pokemon, Raid, Power Spot, RSVP, and Route. I think Battle is in its own spot now, so now it's Power Spot and Raid in its one thing in RSVP. Don't remember. Cool little app icon. Got a little celebration going on. You can get constellation items when a item in your bag expires. Interesting. Two new moves added to the game: Crush Grip and Dragon Energy. And you've got 7 location cards and a special background added to the game code. And obviously this is the road trip event that they're advertising. I still really don't understand what's going on related to that road trip event. It looks like fun, as like how they describe it, but then they've also described it as like a way to meet up with influencers and get selfie moments. And I don't really understand what's going on there. Is it like a mini Go Fest? Is it like an in-person event, kind of like, what's it called, Wild Area? Or is it one of those mini, tiny events where you get like one Pokemon with a background and some unknown in the wild that can't be shiny? I don't know. I'll have to see, because there is one in Manchester and London. They're pretty close by, so maybe I'll stop by. Maybe I'll have a look. Also, they found something. Eternamax encounter. There will be a special encounter screen for Eternatus, and this is ETERNAMAX Eternatus. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Personally, I don't think they're going to be adding Eternamax Eternatus before regular Eternatus. I think we're going to get normal Eternatus first, then maybe a year later we'll get Eternamax. We'll have to see. Personally, do I see it coming this Go Fest? Not really. I've honestly lost hope at it coming for GoFest because, well, last year we had Necrozma fusions, and they were like advertised like weeks and weeks before GoFest. But GoFest, the first GoFest, the Japanese one, literally starts next week. So it's going to be like a last-minute Eternatus appearance. I'd go crazy for that because I'll be going to Paris to do that in person. But I really don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening. Maybe it'll be afterwards as like an ultra unlock. Maybe it'll be like a wild area thing. We'll have to see. And just because they're adding the assets now doesn't mean they're coming out now. Necrozma was added back in 2023. It didn't come out till 2024. So don't get your hopes up. You can get your marker Pokemon as favorite. You'll be able to mark them for remote trade. And then also we have something a bit more interesting. They dug deeper into the APK and found a reference for Dynamax Cannon, which will see the signature move of Eternatus, and it will be an adventure effect. Big surprise. But what will the bonus for it be yet? They don't know. But I bookmarked a comment from Perella Rock 6. I thought that was a really, really, really cool idea. The thing that Dynamax Cannon could be an instance that spawns wild Dynamax Pokemon with a rare chance of spawning wild Gigantamax Pokemon. We saw it in the anime, a Pokemon gets hit by Dynamax Cannon, it becomes a Dynamax Pokemon. It would be a nice reference to the aspect of Eternatus. I think that's such a cool idea. Being able to encounter a wild Dynamax Pokemon or a wild Gigantamax Pokemon, that's already like an ability where you can do that with the power spot and you get like a rare chance to get a wild Dynamax Pokemon. I think that's just such a cool idea. That would be so fun. So fun to do, so fun to watch. I would personally grind the heck out of that. Maybe with the chance for the Gigantamax Pokemon, that would be so cool. Honestly, what are you most excited for? I'm most excited for the chance of Eternatus maybe getting to the game. This video is like 17 minutes long. I'm very sorry about that. I'm getting back into the flow of things. But very exciting leaks, and let me know what you're most excited for, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.